Hello, and welcome back to Smart Martial Arts, the YouTube channel where we go over everything martial arts. In this video, this camera angle is absolutely terrible, but we're going to be doing something a little different. I am actually going to be taking something from Sensei Seth. He reacted to a YouTube channel called Troom, and they just do kind of crappy self-defense, and I want to do my take on it because I'm probably not as good as him, and I'm going to be really dumb in this, but that's fine. I'm going to have fun with it. So we're going to jump right into it. This is 13 self-defense tips that may save your life. Oop, that's not.
You never know when you'll need self-defense skills.
Also, before I really get into this, I'm recording on my phone, as I always do, and I'm looking at the monitor behind it, and then the speakers are to the left of it. So it's probably going to sound awful, so I apologize in advance. But I'm just going to let you know that now, so I don't have to explain that later on.
Visiting an art gallery was a great idea. But you might be in for an unpleasant encounter even in this safe space. Meeting a sketchy person? I don't remember planning that for today, but it's hard to explain something to a person like this. There's a great trick that'll disable any attacker, and she did a great job. It's very...
So, I don't hate it. The only problem with it, though, is you'd have to get your timing right. If we go back, ooh, this is going to be something. If we go back, we can see it right there. That first kick, you're going to have to time that, because you have to probably figure out where their weight is, where as soon as they step on that, so their left leg, as soon as that steps down, you're going to have to kick out that left leg. That way, so you're not kicking off their weight. Other than that, it might be a little hard. They're probably not going to fall in a split like that. I doubt that. And I don't know what that last kick is. It looked like it was to the back of the knee. I have no idea.
Comfortable to chase your victim in this position.
They're also not going to stay there like that either. They will definitely stand up.
Here comes another victim. What's this? A mating dance? Hey, let's be friends. But this guy is not her type. She's going to have to turn down this aggressive admirer. This isn't the first time she's had to explain to a guy that she is not interested. What a hit! I think you'll need to see a doctor. He's going to have trouble with not interested.
Alright. First of all, I don't think a random person is going to immediately go from get away from me to then roundhouse kicking you. But I guess everything I'm going to say obviously is easier said than done because that's what everything is, but I'm just going to say it anyway. If you can see it coming, taking it, if they throw a good kick, is going to hurt like a bitch. Instead, I would step in. So I would go, instead of here, I would step in and get him off balance. That way, even if you do get hit, it's probably going to be by the knee or the thigh, and it's not going to be as much as a powerful kick, because that's going to hurt. Getting hit in the bicep like that can definitely sting quite a bit. But so that's what I don't like about that. Let's keep going.
What a hit! I think you'll need to see a doctor. He's going to have trouble with his back or something.
Probably not. I doubt that.
This is not the safest neighborhood. Better put your phone in your pocket. But that's not helping. The attacker already picked her out as his victim. He's coming to take her by surprise.
So think about the phone. If you don't feel safe, this is just for me. If you don't feel safe, be ready to call 911. Of course, with reaction or not reaction, the time it takes for them to get there, I forget what it's called, but that's obviously going to be dependent on what happens or on where you are. But be ready for that, or like be talking to someone, so it might make them rethink their choices a little bit. And the best thing to do is, if you know where you're going is probably not the safest of place, maybe don't go there. Um, but the phone, I guess the good thing I'll say about keeping the phone away is you don't. A lot of people will do that as like a thing to make themselves feel more comfortable. So look at their phone and they can kind of tune everything out. Don't do that, because then you're gonna have no idea what's happening when you could have at least some idea. Um, so it's kind of a give and take with that one. But let's keep going. Also, I want to mention this also. It's going to be probably terrible because I don't have a capture card to record everything, so I'm using a Dropbox, whatever it's called. I don't remember. And I can only do like 5-minute screen captures at one time, so there's probably going to be a lot of cutting in between this. But I'm going to try to make it as painless as possible for you guys watching.
And very bad. He's got a knife. Just stay calm and attack first. While the enemy is in pain and humiliated, let's run. What secret tricks did she use? The attacker brought his hand up to strike. Intercept his hand.
I don't hate that part. Just because whenever I do knife training, like an overhead where this is coming straight down, I'm trained also to. I mean, okay. Before I go into any of this, weapons is a completely different thing. It's very mystical. There's a lot of different shit to worry about. And I understand that, but we're going to look at it anyway. So I've been taught to step in and stop right here, where this is. I wouldn't do this just because if they're strong here, 2 hands are going to be good. But that's not awful, from what I know. What is awful is this next part.
With both hands.
You're not doing that. If they want to come down here, getting them to do this is probably one of the hardest things you're going to have to do. Unless, of course, you're going to do it very quick and not do this part. You're not pushing them that way. There's no way that you're going to be like, oh, cool, hey, force push. No, that's not going to happen. I don't know. With a knife, the best thing to do is just to not get to the point where they're using it. If it's like, hey, give me your wallet, yeah, do that. It's better to give them your money than it is to get hurt or killed. That's my opinion. So if there is a knife, whatever they're asking, do it. Doing a defense technique is like the last-ditch effort of that, or you are aware and you can kind of tell that this is not going to go my way, and then you would do it first. But legally, you should probably know how assault works. But this could probably be self-defense. It's a whole different thing. That's not what you're here for. Let's keep going.
Bring it behind his... But even a small collision at the escalator could end in a serious conflict. He's grabbing your neck. What do you do? Of course, don't let yourself get hurt and fight back. That was fast. The opponent falls down. That's something...
Okay, first of all, why did he switch kick? That's not the point.
He obviously...
So yeah, brushing this off, again, if they're grabbing your hair, this isn't going to do anything. They're still going to have your hair and they're going to be pulling it. But getting them off and a slap, I don't hate that. What I do hate is this.
Didn't expect.
Right there. Why are you staying here getting ready for a fight? If he's not running away, you should. Because look at him. You're ready for a fight, which is something. And then obviously he's going to come back and go for a fight. If you can do that and you can get a second, haul ass the nearest person you see. That's what I would do. But what they do is he comes back in, he switch kicks. Again, catching the kick. I don't hate this one more because you're not taking as much as you're going underneath it. Probably not going to happen. If you miss, you're going to get kicked in the head. Not a good idea. And then she swings under, and it looks like she just backhands, but hits the wrist on the joint. They're not going to somersault from that. There's just no way. And now you walk away. Good. At least you learn to walk away. Nice.
Keep an eye out. Criminals can be anywhere.
Right there. See how she's on her phone? Don't do that. If you're walking to your car, if you're waiting for someone, be off your phone. Unless you're waiting for a text, then don't be constantly looking at it. You want to put that away. Because this whole thing, obviously this is going to be played up. But yeah, just don't do that, because that's just a terrible idea. Alright, we're back. Let's see what happens.
He grabs you from behind.
Don't let them do this.
An empty parking lot is not the safest place.
I missed that part. She has locked her car and is now standing there. Why? Don't do that. Leave. And also this part right here. What is this? Look at him.
Here's one. He grabs.
You're not going to notice that? No, you're going to notice that. I hate that part. This shouldn't be happening regardless of what you think or want.
You from behind and tells you to give him all your valuables.
Also, let's go back here. Hold on. Look at this.
He grabs you from behind.
You can see people walking
to give him all
right there. He looks. He sees what's going on. I can guarantee, obviously this is staged, they would probably do something. Hopefully. Or they might get bystander effect. I don't know. But this is something that wouldn't happen. They're probably going to do something. I like that, though. That's kind of funny.
All your valuables. You can't lose your head in dangerous situations. Break out and go wild. Turn around and try to scratch your attacker's face. You can rip off his hat and pretend to be crazy.
So when I was making sure this is the video that I wanted, this is part that I saw. I don't totally hate the scratching of the face, because that's a solid thing. I don't know if what he did would warrant that, though.
Break out and go wild. Turn around and try to
Yeah, I don't know if that would warrant that. Who knows? But don't just scratch the face. Go for the softer parts. Go for the nose. Go for the eyes. Go for the ears. Go for the throat. That kind of stuff people are going to react to. And they're going to react to more. What they're probably going to do is they're going to bring their hands up. And I don't think he does. No. As soon as you do this, their hands are going to come up. From there, if you want to, I don't know why I'm taking that off. Their hands are going to come up. If shit's really bad, their hands come up. Go for the chest. Go for the groin. Groin shots are, they're pretty effective, if I do say so myself. But when their hands come up, you can use that. It opens up the rest of their body. Also, don't take their hat. Don't chew on it. You're probably just going to... I don't think someone who is wanting to take your stuff is going to be like, oh, they're crazy. Let's not. They're probably going to keep doing it. But who knows?
Ooh, danger.
This is when you don't tell your mom that. Because, hey, what happened to your hat? Oh, I was going to rob someone, but they stole my hat instead. That's what you want to hear.
I need to go through this alley. Then I'll
No, you don't.
be safe. This is not the easiest place to walk alone. He's so happy to see you. He grabbed you by your clothes. What should you do? There's a way out of this situation. She's prepared.
So it looked like grabbed here, pushed her against the wall, and she just reached over and then tried to come up and kind of armbar him, that kind of effect. Maybe in another video we'll rewatch this with someone and I'll do things other than that. If you're gonna do that, one thing that I actually love doing, it's a lot of fun, is instead of here, up, grab, and then come down on the elbow, wrap it, and then slam them into the wall that way. So instead of doing this, you'd come down, so your elbow's here, drop it, wrap their arm, and then slam them into the wall. That's always fun.
That's gotta hurt. Is it broken?
No. Alright, so I skipped that. I'm pretty sure all he did was he just turned her around, and she just did this.
He wasn't exactly prepared for this. Peekaboo! That's okay. You can always turn away from him. And cover the eyes with your hands again. This is so embarrassing. Peekaboo! Look at me! He definitely didn't appreciate the game. And now it's your turn. Poor guy. He doesn't know what's going on at all. While he's trying to figure it out, it's time to run.
Where do I start? Don't do any of that. If you turn around and you close your eyes, you're taking away two of your important things, seeing and your hands. From there, they are free to do whatever they so please. And then turning around is worse. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I am a firm believer in don't give anyone your back. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't do any of what you just saw. That's the last thing you want to do. That's terrible. Anyway.
Dark streets can be dangerous places. It's better to stay away from that guy.
It is.
But since you can't avoid him,
You probably
have
could.
to fight. The attacker grabs your clothes. Stay focused. You'll probably have to punch his jaw.
Okay, that's the best one so far. However, I don't think doing
Attacker grabs your clothes.
that. I don't think just dropping your hands down is going to make them let go. If it does, though, that's pretty solid. Doing solid elbow,
Stay focused.
it was kind of okay. But yeah, drop them down and elbow. That's, while it's probably not going to, the setup probably isn't going to work, that's probably the best one I've seen so far. That's the most, yeah. That's not a full despise. That one passes, but not by much. I just hate that beginning part. I'm not going to try to fix it. But moving on to whatever the hell is going to happen here.
Up against the wall. What do? Press the button and unfold the handle. Oh, it went...
So the last time I opened an umbrella, which I don't remember when that was. Okay, it turns out I don't have an umbrella. I thought I did. Anyway, I haven't opened an umbrella in a long time, as I was saying. From what I remember, they don't hit hard enough to knock someone over like that. Especially with where he was hit.
Press the button and unfold the handle.
That was right on, like, the metal part of the belt. That's probably, like, the worst place he could have hit. I would have hit lower or higher than that. You're hitting him where he's armored, pretty much, is what you've done. Instead of opening it, why don't you just use it as a club? That's what I would do. Because opening is just not going to do anything. Because you could just grab it, like Sensei Seth did, or I guess Icy Mike did. He grabbed it and he just snapped it. Keep it closed and smack him over the head with it. That's probably the better thing to do.
Where am I? How do I get out of here?
This is different.
I can't get my hands free. Dealing with the cuffs took all my energy. There he is. Dark clothes, mask on his face. He looks scary. Keep your mouth shut. He dropped the gun. He is so clumsy. It's a good excuse to get away, especially as it turns out the cuffs aren't tight at all. She's not going to hurt him. Just give him his gun back. And while he is amazed by how kind his victim is, she runs away. He should have prepared better for the crime of the century. And no more buying weapons at a toy store.
I'm not even going to say anything. Because I don't have to. That's where I'm calling it. That's just, it can't get any better than that. Okay. Thank you for watching this episode, this rather different episode of Smart Martial Arts. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you laughed. I learned something. Don't do any of what the hell you just saw. That's terrible. I hope this video doesn't come out terrible. We're going to figure it out. But if you want me to do more of this, if you want me to find someone who I can actually try all that stuff with, let me know in the comments. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.